Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lionsgate Portal Leo New Moon Yoga class. I am so excited to have you here today to share this flow with me. So now let me give you a little bit of information, we'll just say. So what exactly is the Lionsgate Portal? So the Lionsgate Portal is a time when the Earth and the Sun are in line with the star Sirius and the galactic center. It usually happens from around July 26th to August 12th, with the peak of the portal being on August 8th. Now, what does that mean for you? It means get ready for high vibe, big energy coming your way. It's the time when the pathway of energies is open and so expanded to the next highest, most best version of yourself. It's a time where you can easily release those old patterns that no longer serve you and quickly gain the new things, the creative things that are coming to you. So the peak of the portal falls, like I said, on 8/8, and it's an exciting time now because also the Leo new moon, which is when we set intentions, we set the things that we want for the upcoming month, the upcoming months, the rest of the year, whatever intention we want to set in that new moon is also on 8/8. And Leo is also a sun sign. So you have the sun and you have the star Sirius, which is also kind of considered like a sun. The Egyptians looked at it as a second sun, with this fire sun energy of Leo, and it's just going to ignite. It's going to be a massive amount of just positive, big vibe, move to the next level energy. So with this new moon landing on the same day, it's just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And like I said, this is the perfect time to release those old patterns, old things that you're done dealing with, old things you're tired of dealing with, the way you don't want to think anymore, old strategies, old methodologies. It's time to release those things and welcome in the new things that you want to do, the newest version of yourself. It's really about focusing this in this new moon and in this energy on yourself. It's about stepping up to play the main character in your life and what you want that main character to look like, how you want her to be, how you want her to move, who do you want her to be in the next scenes. That is your life. So Leo, which is what the new moon is in, the zodiac that the moon is in Leo. Leo rules, if you now move into the body, Leo rules your heart, your spine, and the blood flow in your body. And I like to really think that there's a connection with Leo to your crown chakra as well, because your crown chakra is closest to the sun. It's right here at the crown of your head. And especially in the 8/8 portal, when we're going to receive these energies and this information, it's going to come down into you through your crown chakra, through the crown of your head. So I definitely think that there's some connection with Leo and the crown chakra as well. So as we move through this flow today, we're going to be working on getting and keeping the blood flowing in the body, opening up our heart and connecting to our crown chakras. So I'm super excited for this flow today. So what I like to do is to create a mantra or a theme, have you form a particular practice for each practice. Whether sometimes it's small, sometimes it's big, sometimes whatever. Either way, I just like to create a theme. So the mantra that I decided for this practice today, I picked two of them. You can use the two that I picked. You can pick whatever ones you want, whatever resonate with you. You can pick more than two. You can pick one. You can pick three. It's really up to you. It's this is about you. So my mantras for this flow today are: I am taking up space. I am taking up space. That means I am no longer playing small. I am expanding and expanding and expanding. I am taking up space. And the second mantra I chose for this practice is, I am abundant in all aspects of life. I am abundant in all aspects of life. Now, what does that mean? That means in my relationships, in my finances, in my banking, in my investments, in my health, in my children, in my business, in my relationships. I am abundant. I am abundant in all of those things. All those things flow to me with ease. Abundance flows to me with ease and grace. So I am taking up space, and I am abundant in all aspects of my life. So those are the two mantras that I chose today for our flow. So as we get ready to get started, I always like to start off by saying, what I do, what I say is merely a suggestion. It is never an obsolete. It is never an order. It is so important that you listen to your body and that you move the way that your body needs you to move. So you may want to stay in a pose longer. You may want to modify a pose. But the important thing is that you listen to your body. It is your body, and this is your flow, and this is your practice. I do these yoga practices, these flows, these sequences, so that yoga can be literally for anybody and everybody. So this is just a really basic flow to connect you to the Leo new moon. Now, with that being said, if you want to grab some blocks, you can grab some blocks. I always like to have blocks around just in case, because sometimes I never really know how my body is going to feel. Sometimes I'm a little stiff over here, stiff over there, or sometimes a block or adding a prop allows you to feel into a pose a little more. Now, if you don't have blocks, you can just get yourself a book that's something similar to this thickness. You can grab a pillow or a bolster. You can see I have pillows and bolsters up here if you need that at all to assist you with any of the poses. So, without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start this sequence today standing. So we're going to stand at the top of our mat. And I want you to just take a moment, close your eyes, and bring your hands to your heart center. And as you're standing here with your eyes closed, if that's available to you and if that feels comfortable, if not, please feel free to open your eyes and just focus on a spot somewhere on the wall or on the floor, somewhere that you feel comfortable. And as you're in this pose, I want you to just start to be aware of your breath. Your inhalations and your exhalations. Are they slow and strong? Are they short and choppy? Just pay attention to your breathing at the moment. No judgment, no trying to alter it, just paying attention. Just breathing. And while you're standing here in this prayer pose, I want you to think about your mantras that you set for yourself today for this flow. And say them to yourself. I am taking up space. I am abundant in all aspects of my life. Breathe in the things that align with your mantra, and exhale the things that no longer serve you. Now I invite you to take a deep inhale through the nose and release Exhale through the nose. Again, deep inhale through the nose, expanding your belly and your chest, and exhale, deflating all of that down. One more time, inhale through the nose, and then a loud, audible exhale. Beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to do a lotus mudra. Now what a mudra is just basically different hand poses that mean things. So we're going to take a lotus mudra. We're going to connect our pinkies and our thumbs together. And then we're going to open up our hands so that they're open like a flower. And we're going to take that lotus mudra and put it right at our heart center. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose if that's available to you. And again, repeat your mantra, your affirmation for this practice. As you inhale, I am taking up space. And exhale. Inhale, I am abundant in every aspect of my life. And exhale. Now on your next inhale, I want you to reach your hands up towards the ceiling, towards the sun or the moon. And on an exhale, bring your hands down to your crown chakra, like you're putting the crown on your head. And on an inhale, stretch up. And on an exhale, slightly bend backwards, keeping that lotus flower, that lotus mudra. Inhale up. Exhale down to your crown. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, slight back bend, opening up your chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower your crown. Inhale, stretch it up. And exhale, place your lotus back at your heart. Now bring your hands back together into prayer. One more inhale and exhale. Now release your hands and you can open your eyes if if your eyes were closed. You're going to stand firm again at the front of your mat as we prepare for mountain pose. Now in mountain pose, what you're going to do is you're going to twist your palms so that they're facing out as far out as you can make them. You stand strong and tall in both of the heel and both of your feet, the base of your feet, the soles of your feet. You can wriggle your toes. Then on an inhale, you want to stretch your spine tall, lifting the crown of your head to the sun, to this moon, to the ceiling. Shooting energy through your hands, through your palms, through your fingers, down your legs, into the ground, connecting to Mother Nature. This is a very strong, powerful pose. So when you're in this pose, I want you to feel the power. Feel the power coming up from your feet, from Mother Nature, through your legs, up through your heart, out through the crown of your head, feeling that energy just flowing through your body. And if you like, you can visualize yourself standing on top of a mountain, at the peak, looking down at the snow glistening from the sun. Or maybe you're at the top of a cliff, overlooking a beautiful waterfall, feeling the air on your face, the strength in your legs, taking in all that energy. Inhale and exhale. Come out of that pose. Wriggle your fingers, maybe wriggle your toes, roll your ankles a little bit, show them a little bit of love. Or you just were standing in that strong pose. Now you're gonna find stillness. I want you to inhale your arms up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, we're gonna fold forward, reaching as close to the mat as you can. And then just allowing yourself to hang in a forward fold. You should allow your head to just ragdoll. If you want, you can grab your elbows, rotate and rock from side to side. Maybe bend your legs and your knees a little bit, allowing your body to just relax and release. And find stillness. I want you to inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, micro bend in your knees, bringing yourself up to the ceiling, your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we're going to do a few sun salutations as we warm up our blood, get our body flowing and connecting again to that Leo energy. So we're going to inhale our arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale, rise, grasping the sun. Exhale, hands to heart. We do that again. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do 2 more like that, going at your own pace with your own breath, or you can continue to follow me. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to heart. And as you finish up, I will meet you in prayer pose. For just 2 breaths, as you feel the blood starting to flow, the heat starting to flow in your body. Now we're going to inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, this time place your hands onto the mat. I want you to step back. Right leg, left leg. Into a quick plank. Lower your knees down. Finding yourself in a tabletop position. So that is hands, wrists, elbows below the shoulder, in line with the shoulders right here. Knees and hips in line. Having your gaze forward, your spine is neutral. And we're going to move into a couple cat-cow flows. So we're going to inhale, lift your chest, open your chest, curving your back, sending your belly towards the floor. As you exhale into cat, bringing that navel to spine, arching your back, tucking your head, looking towards your spine, looking towards your navel. You're going to inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Now you may have one pose that your body wants to sit at a little longer, and that's just fine. I'm just going to move through a couple rounds of these using your own breath. Maybe you want to roll your hips a little bit in your cat and cow. One direction and change, roll it in another direction. Whatever feels good to your body. And then find stillness. Now from here, curl your toes under so that just the tops of your toes, your big toe, is on the mat. And we're going to push through our palms and push our hips up into our first downward dog of this flow. Just going to push up, pushing your hips up towards the ceiling, creating this V effect. Now don't worry if your your heels don't touch the mat. That's totally okay. You can make adjustments as needed. Move your body around till it feels good to you. Make sure that your head is in between your biceps. And then you can take a couple movements here, bending one knee and then the other, stretching out. You can do a little side to side wiggle here, do a little movements, whatever feels good to you in the moment. And then find your stillness and just take a few breaths right here. Reaching those hips towards the ceiling, pushing the heels towards the mat, but not overextending. Know that if your heels don't reach the mat, that is okay. You can use your hands, cup them, almost like you're grabbing a jar, if that helps with your wrist. Make sure your elbows are rotated in, not sticking out. They're rotated in and down. Now, move your feet a little bit closer together if they're not. And I want you to lift your right leg just slightly to our three-legged dog. And then we're going to bring that right leg through. Now, I always need to assist my leg getting through from my downward dog. So if you need to do that, that's perfectly fine. So we're going to bring that right leg through so that it's in between our two hands. Now we're going to lift that back knee up so that the ball of your foot is planted into the mat. Your right leg, your right foot is planted into the mat. And when you find your balance, I invite you to, if this is too much, you can use your props for this, your blocks for this, and you can stay right here, stretching that. Or I invite you to lift your chest up to the ceiling to a lunge, a high lunge. And then back down. And again, you can grab onto your blocks. And then from here, I want you to turn your foot to a 45-degree angle so that your left foot is flat on the mat, your right foot is still flat on the mat, facing the front of the mat. And again, we're going to lift up into a warrior one pose. Now in this pose, you want to make sure, because this is at a 45 degree, that your body, your hips are turned towards the front of the mat. And we're going to lift our hands for a warrior one pose. Now, on an exhale, I want you to cactus your arms down, opening up your chest. And an inhale, straighten your arms back up towards the sun. Exhale, Cactus your arms down, opening up that chest. Inhale, reaching towards the sun one more time. Exhale, opening up that chest and taking a pause right here at that chest opener. Keeping your hips square. Now, if your legs are getting tired, just come up a little for 1 second and then go right back into it. There's no shame in that. No shame in that. Remember, this is your practice, your poses. Now take your arms and just place them at the base of your spine. You can do them this way, you can clasp them. I like to just put one hand on top of the other, right at the base of my spine, for just a little bit more of a chest opener. Opening up my chest towards the sun. And on an exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. And we're going to step now our left foot to meet our right in a forward fold. Let me scooch back a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to inhale a flat back. Exhale, forward fold again. Placing your palms down on the ground. Now this time we're just going to step now our left foot back into a high lunge. And again, if you want to use the blocks, please feel free to use the blocks here to help you stay stable. On an inhale, we rise to a crescent pose. A few breaths here. Exhale, back down to that high lunge. And we'll rotate that, now your right foot to a 45-degree angle towards the long edge of your mat. Your left foot is still facing the front edge of your mat. And we're going to rise up into a warrior one. Make adjustments if you need, however you need. Again, this is you, this is your practice. On an exhale, cactus those arms, opening that chest to the sun. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus those arms. Now, if this is a lot for you, you can inhale, straighten and rise. And on the exhale, cactus your arms and back down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus arms. Now just take a few breaths here. And those cactus arms opening up that chest. And if you want to, you can join me in placing your hands again at the base of your spine for just a little bit more of a chest opener. On an exhale, back down to the ground, or you can grab your blocks, place your hands on the mat, and we're going to now step again. This time we're going to step our left foot back to meet our right. Lower our knees down to the mat, and we're going to do a wide-legged child's pose. So you're going to take your knees, bring them to the edge of the mat. You're going to sit your butt and your hips back. If this is too much for you, you can put a blanket or a pillow there back behind you. I like to do wide leg to leave space for my belly. And we're just going to place your forehead to the ground and just take up a moment of pause here. Be reaching your fingertips towards the front of your mat while you're reaching your hips towards the back, feeling that stretch in your side body, in your spine, while you're connecting still here to Mother Earth. Now while you're here, I want you to gently lift your head, take your right arm, place it over your left wrist, giving you a slight stretch in that right side body. And gently lift your head again, Take your left arm, put it over that right, feeling that stretch now in that left side body. Opening up that space between the ribs. Breathing in love and light into all those spaces. And then come back to center. Let's take another moment of pause here in your child's pose. On your next inhale, lift your hips up, and we're going to rotate down to your belly so that your belly's on the mat. Your legs are hip width apart. We're going to place your elbows under your shoulders, hands right in front of you as we prepare for a Sphinx pose. So you're just going to gently lift your head to a very slight, small back bend. You don't want to be shrugging your shoulders into your ears. You want to be lifting tall through the neck and spine. Abdominal wall is, your abdominals are tucked in, protecting your back. You can send energy down through your legs to your toes, but not too much. Fingertips are extended long. Inhale and exhale. Turn your head slightly to the right. Again, not collapsing that neck. Slowly and gently turn to the left. Back center. And exhale, release down. Inhale, lift. Back into Sphinx pose. Exhale, release down. Keeping that belly tight, protecting that back. Inhale, release up. And exhale down one last time. Now place your palms on the ground underneath of your shoulders, and you're going to push through the palms, pushing your body back. Now you can find yourself, you can cross your ankles if this is good for you, and we're going to sit back into what we call an easy pose. So now it's just basically sitting cross-legged. So this is easy pose. I want you to, let me turn the face this way. Again, we're going to inhale our arms up, bringing them together. Exhale, hands to heart. And we're going to make that lotus mudra again, where we connect our pinkies and our thumbs, opening up our hands like a lotus flower. And we're going to inhale, lifting that lotus up. Exhale, placing that crown on the crown of your head. Inhale, up, rise. Exhale, lotus to heart. Inhale, rise that lotus flower. Exhale, place that on the crown of your head like a crown, like the queen and kings that you are. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lotus to heart. And just take a pause here with your lotus and say your mantras or your intention for this practice. You can say it to yourself, or you can say it out loud. I am taking up space. I am abundant in all aspects of my life. Deep inhale, rise that lotus flower back to the sky. Exhale, release, hands down to your sides. Now we're going to rotate ourselves back to your back. You're going to lay back. You can grab your thighs and just roll yourself back down one vertebrae at a time, just landing on your back. Keep your feet on the floor, knees facing the ceiling. And what we're going to do, you can either cactus your arms or extend them out, whatever is comfortable for you. And we're just going to windshield wiper our legs slightly, just back and forth, back and forth. And then find stillness. I want you to gently take your knees over to the left, looking over your right shoulder. Giving your spine a twist, twisting out negativity and toxins and limiting beliefs. As you inhale and exhale all the things that no longer serve you. Inhale your intentions. Exhale those limiting beliefs. On your next exhale, bring your knees back to the ceiling. We do another little windshield wiper here. And then gently allow your knees to fall over now to your right side, looking over your left shoulder. Again, wringing out those toxins from your organs, wringing out those limiting beliefs, those things, that crap that no longer serves us, getting it all out. Beautiful. Bring your knees back to this ceiling. Now I want you to, we're going to do a supported bridge pose, or you can do a regular bridge pose if you have a block or a pillow or a bolster or whatever it is. I'm in the mood to do a supported bridge pose. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my block, put it here, roll myself back down. Now I'm going to plant my feet firmly on the ground as close to my butt as I can get them. If you can kind of tap your ankles, that's great. Sometimes it's hard for me to do. We're gonna, your feet should be about hip width apart. So when you're gonna take an inhale and you're gonna roll your hips up off of the mat. And if you want to do a supported bridge, you're gonna take your block and place it right there under your sacral chakra, which is basically your lower back. And then just rest back down on that. And if that's too much for you, or you don't want to stay in this position, you can just go up and down in a bridge pose, excuse me, holding it for a few breaths, and then rolling back down, releasing. Whatever feels good to your body in this moment. Just opening up your hips, opening up your chest. If you want a little more, you can lift your hips higher, twist the block up, but my body says, no, this is good right here. Make sure you keep your feet placed firmly on the ground. If there's any other inversion that you want to do, please feel free to do it here. An inversion is just allowing the blood to change flow in your body. Anytime you have your hips higher than your heart, it changes the blood flow in your body, and that's so good for you. Especially in this Leo season. That controls the way our blood flows. Now on your next inhale, if you're in a supported bridge pose, lift your hips up, grab that block out, just push it over to the side, and gently roll down one vertebrae at a time until you're down flat on your back, on your mat. Now just extend your legs out as we prepare for our final pose in yoga, which is Shavasana. Now in Shavasana, I want you to just gently close your eyes and connect to your breath. Become aware of your breath again. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose if that's available to you. And just take a moment here and remember the intentions that you set for this evening, for this practice. Be aware of any tension in your body. When you think about those intentions that you're setting, does it trigger any feelings in your body? Just notice that. And know that that's something that you can work through.